Pittsburgh Soccer's Now. Zach Weiss here with a victorious Chase Brooks. Chase, bend don't break has been the mantra for so long, and I think this 90 minutes really epitomizes it. Just to come together and just stay on top of the league means what to this team right now?
I think it's a credit to how hard the guys are working, their belief in the system, and ultimately just the effort that they put in and week out. And, we know that every game's difficult. It's college soccer. It's Division I. We know we have to battle and fight every game, and ultimately I give the guys a ton of credit for coming in and just executing our defensive game plan pretty much to a T.
You were mentioning in the huddle, and I think it's safe to share this. This is more of a direct opponent, and just obviously there's challenges that go with adjusting to playing differently. Just how much of it was trying to figure out how to counter that directness, and how much also was it just look, you're on fresher legs and just finding a way mentally to just find a way?
Yeah, I think every opponent's different. Everyone brings their own style to the game. The opponent that's a little bit more direct, you've got to make sure you're around for first and second balls. You've got to challenge everything. You really can't take a play off because the ball's always coming right back down your throat. And again, I give the guys a ton of credit there, and ultimately, again, we've got to continue to look as if we want to take steps onto the national scene and truly stay there, then we've got to do a better job at imposing ourselves in games like this.
How much does imposing also come with that? You obviously have a number next to your name, which is a big deal in terms of continuing to build this program, but also you have to focus on yourselves regardless of whether there's a number or not. Just what's it been like focusing on yourselves this week and being better versions of yourself from such a high result a week ago?
Yeah, we talk a lot about not worrying about anything that's outside of our control, and ultimately just be us. Do the best you can, show up every day, put the work in. We know we're getting everyone's best game regardless of the number that's next to ours, and regardless of our position in the table. We know we're getting everybody's best game because everybody's fighting for their playoff lives, and I think Davidson was no different. We expect nothing different from our remaining games, and ultimately it's just about can we continue to execute and do what we need to do on both sides of the ball.
Each game is kind of an independent event. However, it can't be ignored who the goal scorer was, and it can't be ignored what he did at the end of the last game. When you have something like that, how much of it is just instinctual momentum and just maybe seeing your name on the score sheet, maybe giving you that extra step, that extra run?
Yeah, I think Blaze right now is playing with confidence, a ton of it. I think he's had it throughout the year, but you're really starting to see him click even that much more now, and it's just nice having a guy like that in your program because he's got high character, hard worker, just a happy-go-lucky guy that I'm really happy to see things clicking for him on the field.
And it's also a testament to hard work, and it's a testament to you that just because you start a game doesn't mean that's set in stone. And he's a kid that fought, obviously A10 background with VCU, but kid that fought to the starting lineup and continues to fight. Just how nice is it to see that rewarded and to reward that effort on your end by starting him?
Oh, it's awesome. These guys know that they're fighting for spots every day, every week. Every game matters, every training session matters. So they know what's on the line, and so you want guys to establish themselves, but you have to keep everybody on their toes. And you see it. We've got a really deep squad, which is really nice to see. Some of the 11s we've played this year, specifically in preseason, were absolutely outstanding. Better than some of the opponents we've seen this year. So I think it's important to have that and keep everybody on their toes, but at the same time, you reward guys like that because you just keep putting in the same effort. But if standards drop, everybody's job's on the line, including mine. So that's where we just keep moving and keep doing what we do, and hopefully have a lot of fun doing it.
Could you talk about Grant a little bit, a kid that obviously was a consistent player for you last year, but has really taken a jump and been more assertive this year? It seems like he knows more what his role is this year. Just how maybe is that role either tailored more towards his strengths, or is he making the adjustments to turn it into his strength?
A little bit of both. I think his role in the midfield is definitely a stronger position for him. We kind of knew that last year too, but really didn't have as much of the luxury to change things around. And whereas this year, I think you've got a really deep squad, and especially in that back line. And so the ability to push him into a role that kind of fits him a bit more, then obviously his work rate, his fitness, his desire to be the best he can be is absolutely outstanding. Again, same thing as Blaze. It's those things that keep him on the field.
When you look at things, obviously the last time we were talking about Marco coming back, it seems like Marco's gotten his legs under him a little bit more, and that obviously leads to more trust and playing time. Just what's that journey been like, seeing him get his legs under him and be that player that he knows that he's capable of being?
I mean, it's great to see, coming off an injury especially, and not totally sure if, he was going to make it back for the season, for any of the rest of the games. But just to see him kind of bounce back and continue to put forth the effort that he's been putting in is absolutely outstanding. And obviously we'll see where it goes from here.
Mikey, of course, gets in as well. He's a kid that you gave some minutes to towards the end of a couple games here and there with the intention of, hey, let's see where this leads as you get more reps, as you get a little more comfortable on the field. To see you go to him in that first half, just how big is that just to have somebody else that's just game ready but also can build confidence off of that?
Yeah, I think it's a testament to Mikey and his work rate. The offensive side has never been in question with him, and ultimately we've been challenging him a lot on the defensive side, and you see why with the defensive performances we have to put in, and so that was really where he's taken a huge step forward over this last week or two, and ultimately that's what you get when you're doing things like that. But again, that's where we've got such a deep squad, and there's 2 or 3 other guys right behind them chomping at the bit too. Same thing, pretty much every position. So, again, it's a good place to be. I think it keeps our level and our standard high, and ultimately, again, just credit to the guys for continuing to work and push.
If you were in Vegas and you said I wouldn't ask a defensive question 6 minutes in, and you took the under, then good for you. It's a defensive question, Chase, because of course defense, as much as that goal was the story. It was a Berlin Wall, so to speak, just in goal, and you even had Blaze helping out in the second half there, just stopping a ball that Zoltan couldn't get to. Just you knew defense was going to be a strength for this team, Chase, but to see it play out the way everybody sold out tonight, just how impressive and how happy were you to see that?
I mean, it's everything. I think that type of effort on the defensive side of the ball shows just how engaged this group is, just how much they believe in what we're trying to do, and just how much they want to win, right? The desire is just there to do the not so fun stuff, right? Nobody really wants to put their body on the line, except crazy people like myself. I like doing it when I play too. So, but ultimately, again, I think it's just a testament to the squad. It's just hard-working group, a lot of fun to be around, and keep going.
How much fun are you having, Chase?
This has been a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, winning is fun. The group of guys is great. You still see some of them out here still running and working. The guys didn't get as many minutes. Like, everybody knows that they've got to be ready at any time, and everybody loves playing under the lights on Rooney. Like, it's good. It's fun.